You know, Meister Eckhart taught at the University of Paris, which was a center for Catholic learning in the Middle Ages. He held the chair Thomas Aquinas held. Thomas Aquinas wrote the Summa Theologica. And he was profoundly rational. He was an intellectual. He was an academic intellectual. Knew Scripture, knew the Greek, knew the Latin. He was good. And that's so that the theologian then, there's a certain rational order to it. It's not irrational. There's a certain rational order to it. So there is ecclesiology and there is Christology and there is morality. There's a theology. But as long as you realize that the theology are poetic metaphors, see, there are prophetic metaphors for the theologian is the one who prays. So there is a certain, it's like these, it's important to be rational. You know what I'm trying to say? We need to be, there's a rational order to our life. Otherwise, it's how we get through the day this way. But there's a depth of awareness that's not reducible to the rational. And so the rational is seen as poetic metaphors. That as long as we see that it's pointing towards something or alluding to something that can't be explained. Yeah. It is rational. And I would say this about God, it isn't you need to get rid of your idea of God. I would say as long as you know that, and you realize that your present idea of God, maybe it's important, but to know that your idea of God, that God is present in your idea of God, and God's infinitely more besides. And as long as you stay open to the more. There's a woman who, she marries a clinical psychologist. And on their 25th wedding anniversary, he gives her a book he's been secretly writing about her for 25 years. And he's been secretly doing psychological tests on her on personality type, and Likert scales, and so on. And she lifts a heavy tome from the box. He says, if you look in the back there, you'll notice you're completely indexed. Anything you want to know about yourself, you can look yourself up. And she starts tearing up. She throws the book down, and he's crestfallen because he's already secretly begun work on their golden anniversary present, a 3-volume work called Us, cross-referenced with the U volume. This is a problem. By the way, let's say a husband comes to his wife and says, you know, you're busy, I'm busy. We're kind of distant here. Let's set Saturday nights down just for us. She can't believe he's saying this. And so they get their daytimers. What fun marking off Saturday nights. The next morning when she gets up, he said he didn't sleep well last night. It sunk in what he said. And he said it's been a while, really. So I stayed up all night tonight getting ready for this Saturday, and I wrote a script for us. Here's your lines, here's mine. We'll rehearse it on Friday. I think we'll be ready. This is called false method. But what if he says to her, the reason I did it, to be honest with you, is that I'm scared. And she says, me too. That's true method. Like this, yeah. Yeah. One more.
I just wanted to say that since the election, I've had a very strong sense that people on this path, our role is to put more love and healing energy into this country and into this world. And just gatherings like this where we're feeling the higher energy and higher vibration. And I just wondered what you think about that, and if you think when we get home that there is more of that we can do.
I would hate to end my talk with Trump, but I'll say something about it. Well, what matters isn't Trump. What matters isn't all those people. That is not what really matters. Is we know who we are. That's what, and we know what we're about, and we walk our walk, and we live it as best we can in a broken world. to be there for, in the situation in which we find ourselves. So when I was a therapist, I sat with the traumatized world, one person at a time for 30 years. Now that Maureen is dead and I live alone, I sit there in this empty house. This is my way. Now I'm talking now. I do this. I do the podcast. So I think we have to know who we are, and we're true to who God calls us to be in the situation in which we find ourselves. And I would just answer in those terms. I guess. So let's end here. How's that?